Hey guys, this is Tank with Total Homegrown. You're watching Smoking with Savages.
Homegrown, come get a pack, get a hat with Mr. CBD, just kick it back. I realize that supporting dope people, just frost the watermelon, so lethal. Come get a whiff of what I'm puffing, make your nose wrinkle. With no equals, I don't see the competition. Bro, work shit, the proof of what we hitting. So press play, roll your motherfucking weed up. Kick back, put your motherfucking feet up. Got Drew behind the camera, you can't see him. Put your joint in the air when you see us. You are smoking with the savages. You are now smoking with the savages. Smoking with the savages. I smell smoke. Cause you smoking with the savages.
Man, D, you smell something, bro?
I smell. This is my shit. I smell smoke. This is some good fucking smoke. You know what this is?
Man, what is that, D? Let
This is
everybody know.
This is some Venus Blue that I grew. I'm telling you, it's off the chain. It's blueberry muffins with a little bit of a raspberry boogie. It's by Moscow Seeds. I love the way it tastes. I love the way it smells.
Man, that's straight purple. There's no green in that guy. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
Venus
that's
Blue.
very purple.
Give that a little whiff.
Oh yeah.
I take a little time. So
Fire.
let me tell you something, man. I'm D Lashure, and we are Smoking with Savages, man. And it's going down today, man. We got great guests here today. It's a couple, and they are like the cannabis entrepreneurs. They fuck with the cannabis plant from the rooter to the tutor. You understand what I'm saying? They got mad to the rooter to the tutor. I'm telling you, they got mad things going on, and everybody needs to listen. I mean, they got Rasbit, resin, Kif Cure. They got high definition pre-rolls. I mean, the brains are just falling. They got edibles.
I thought I wanted to.
And the main thing right here, right, and the main thing that they are really pushing is the industrial hemp. So when I say they fuck with the plant from the rooter to the tutor, they fuck with the plant from the rooter to the tutor. And that's Kelly and her husband Jaret. And thank you guys for coming out today. We really appreciate it. And we are really this. The trees is working. We are really ready to share your story with everybody, man, and let them know how y'all fuck with this plant and how you are ready for everybody to dig into your future with this plant.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Pierre.
Yeah.
That
No
was
doubt.
awesome. That
Thank
was a
you
nice
so much.
intro.
Thanks for being here, guys.
guys.
And why don't you start out by just telling everybody kind of what's the best way to reach out to you, what's the best way to contact you, and kind of find your brands.
Sure thing. So you can go to kifcure.com. That's KIFCURE.com. Find us on the web there. 855-KIF-CURE. We try to make it easy there with the phone number. And, that's the best way to find us. Or if you want to come out and check out our facility out west of here in Maple Park, Illinois.
Okay.
Certainly, we have people stop by all the time. And
Yep.
What's the name of that place?
Emerald Acres.
Emerald
so
Acres,
if you,
okay.
we have a couple locations, but Emerald Acres is located on Route 47. We are a hemp-themed private events venue, but we're always open on Thursday nights with live entertainment. It's free to the public, and it's a great way to get in touch, kind of see what we're all about, and kind of see a lot of the stuff in action.
That's crazy, man. You guys got, like I said, y'all got a lot of shit going on. And the Emerald Acres is just one of the locations that we have been out to. We have, you have meetings out there, and we enjoy it. It's a very nice place. You guys have events out there, so I mean, how did you come up on the Emerald Acres? What is that about? What do you say you have shows on Thursdays? What are you looking for? What type of shows? What?
Sure.
And is there cannabis involved? Can we smoke there?
So, from my perspective and kind of the way we're looking at it is we're in a fully recreational state, and the same way I wouldn't ask what somebody is smoking if it were a cigarette or something else, I won't ask. It could be medicine, and so therefore, if you're more than 25 feet away from the building, we happen to have a lovely tent that's located just that far away. If you guys happen to come out and want to indulge in whatever it is that you enjoy, we promote it. We have amazing views. I say we have the best views in Kane County. Jaret and I actually happened to get married at that location before we were able to pull together the funds to buy it. So we sort of have a little love story there as well. We started our Kif Cure business together in the West Loop of Chicago, kind of grew out of that space, moved into bought our house. It was kind of our office there for a while. And then we're lucky enough to stumble upon that facility you guys been to. And just the growth and how things have evolved, that sort of just came about kind of from the universe. I don't know how to explain it other than that.
So all you bud smoking couples out there, listen, they just said they have a place where you can get married and smoke bud too. So that's how it goes down. I mean, look, you guys, again, you have a lot of stuff going on with the Raspbit, the Kif Cure. What's up with that stuff? I mean, you guys you got different. You gave us one website. You got about 50 other websites going on.
Yeah, they all kind of are interconnected one way or the other. The events venue, we host industry events there, and we tend to try to be more of a cannabis friendly type of venue.
Okay.
To your point.
Which cheers to you guys on that. There needs to be more people out there like Jaret and Kelly. Like what is going on nowadays? It's so hard to find a place like you guys really have it locked down. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Right, they do.
Thank you.
They do.
We like to think of our role in the supply chain as sustainability crusaders. So, this plant. I mean, it's a magnificent plant. We've my first hemp company I had was in 1999. I was a senior in college and found that hemp clothing, which I have my shorts over here with. I brought actually called it ganja wear at that time.
That's right.
And I found out that, man, at that point you can really do so many different things with this amazing plant. And as Jack Herer said in his book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes, I don't know if the cannabis plant, in the cannabis as a whole, hemp included, I don't know if hemp can save the world, but I do know it's the only plant that can. So that was very powerful in my journey down this, making all these products and seeing all the remarkable benefits that it has to the human race, not just from a medicinal standpoint, but for our construction industry, the environment, compostable products such as some of the hemp straws that we're putting out, and paper plates, and these hemp paper plates and hemp cups and everything that are really the forefront of everyone's mind when it comes to big industry. Everyone's trying to be more sustainable, and there is no other plant in the world that is more sustainable than hemp.
So you were talking about a journey. So there was a journey. It started. So you had to get to hemp, but before you got to hemp, you had to smoke it, and you had to smoke it and see what this plant was about. So can you give us a little bit about your first time smoking and how that was, and how both of you, Kelly, you kind of
started a hemp company in '99 in college. So he's an early one. I can feel it already.
So he got high and he was like, it really turned some fucking gears in your brain. It opened the doors, right? Opened the brain up.
Yeah, I was an athlete in high school, so I kind of kept it clean, and wasn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked a few beers here and there, but cannabis wasn't really a part of my thing until I got to college, and that's when, my football playing buddies were like, man, you seen this weed stuff? Like, they had their hitter boxes and their, different paraphernalia, and it was all kind of new to me. And
it's amazing how you don't hurt so much after practice with this weed thing, man.
So you were a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer myself. We've had multiple people here. One was the earliest was 9. So I mean, it depends on your environment. It ranges who you from, who you hang out with, and so you tried it in college, and you started using it for medicinal reasons.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the being a college football player, and like you say, you go to. There's some rough practices there, and double day, on double days during the summer and all that. And, I really found that instead of drinking at the end of a practice to take one off, you know, smoking a J with the boys
Right.
was really something that was, you didn't feel like shit in the morning.
Right.
You know, just had a, and you were able to, as an athlete, perform a little better than you might if we drank, as opposed to this.
See, but it's hard to say that you perform a little better. I mean, I used to play ball. I couldn't play ball without smoking on Sundays. So, I mean, we used to get it in Sunday morning. So, I know what you're saying, but it's like when you talk about that, Sha'Carri Richardson, remember the track runner?
Mm-hmm.
She, I hope I said her name right, but she got in trouble for smoking marijuana. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She said it was some shit she was going through, you know, and she had, you know, to ease her mind and shit. But they said that, like, is it an enhancer? Do you think it really is an enhancer, or do you really think that you are so high you like, yo, I'm dominating out this motherfucker? Is that what it is? And you really do be dominating though, you know what I'm saying, at times. Or you think you do? Which one is it?
Well, if you listen to some of my friends in college, that they believe that it put you in a better mind space to perform as an athlete.
Okay.
And I can see that, you know.
Right.
But on the other hand, if that's all you do during the day, you know, you might not perform as well.
Yeah.
On the field, I think, from the medicinal standpoint, if you look at how people consume the plant, it's if they have, and we see that in CBD, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're definitely that's how we got our start with Kif Cures, primarily only in the CBD realm. Just recently here in the last couple of years, we're getting our infusion license in the state of Illinois and stuff like that. So
right.
we're kind of going more into the recreational side. But as Kif Cure, we've always been more providing it as a medicine than a recreational side of things. But
how early on did you guys jump into the CBD side of things with Kif Cure?
we were one of the first in Illinois.
Before it passed.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
Good for you
so-
guys.
2018.
I love to meet the pioneers. I could send it. As many brands as you guys have, I was like, they got to be like some of those early time catching
shit,
it.
if he
you
was
guys,
doing
you
the
guys
shit
were
in
buying
99.
Bitcoin for $10 a Bitcoin, and yeah,
If he was doing the, he was fucking with Hemp in '99.
right. He was ahead of the game.
Kelly, you quiet over there after you kicked it off. How about you? What was your first experience with the cannabis sativa?
I was it was junior high. I think I was either 11 or 12, something like that, 7th or 8th grade. I went to Frost Junior High
You
off
went to
of
Frost.
Rise Road.
I went to Eisenhower.
Okay. And on Wednesdays, we had like a early leave or early, so all the kids on Wednesdays would leave school. We would walk over to Burger King because BK was where it was at.
Hell yeah.
And all the
BK.
cool kids that got out early, everybody who got out early on Wednesdays, if you didn't go to BK and hang out with the kids at BK early on Wednesdays, then you weren't with the crowd.
Right.
And I had some friends there, and there was this one individual, I actually know exactly who it was. His name was Paz. Everyone called him Paz.
Pass.
And yeah, he's like, hey guys, we're all behind the Burger King and we're all hanging out, feeling how cool we are. And I feel like that was just the time to try whatever. So yeah, I was probably near a dumpster behind BK, right around
Keeping it
Wise
classy.
Road and Roselle Road.
Oh,
Right. I
that's
know
so
exactly
funny.
where you're ducking
right
that
over
right by the Taco Bell.
Correct.
Right.
This little
Yep,
treehouse
that's
right
where
down the
I
street.
was.
So
On
you're
some
ducking
random
down.
Wednesday in junior high.
Y'all didn't have to go back to school, did you? You said you got out early.
Yeah, every Wednesday. For some reason, we got out
Okay.
like an hour early.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I forget.
We got out early on Thursdays.
Something.
I don't know. Now kids don't even go to school at all. It's just like insane what they're doing. And it's every week there's some type of day off. Now that I have kids and I realize how nice it is having a break from them for a little bit, it's like, damn, why can't they have these kids going to school? I couldn't even imagine e-learning from home. That would just.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any kids?
I
So
do. I have done.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It keeps us busy. It keeps us on our toes.
Absolutely.
Man,
Cloud
I
nine.
can tell you right now, this
Yeah.
Cloud9 pre-roll, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
Platinum
hitting.
Skittles is what
Yeah.
we're hitting.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
this
hitting.
shit is a cannon. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
it's hitting.
Well,
For
I
sure
took
it's
the
hitting.
first pull on and I wasn't even ready for
Yeah,
that.
it's hitting. So with your so after you smoke, you obviously have to go home, but that might not have been the time. But you get in any trouble with weed? Your parents catch you? I mean, but you kept smoking it after 12 or what?
So yes, I was probably more. Yeah, I was definitely a socialite. I had a lot of parties.
Mm-hmm.
So I was definitely the kid that had all the parties at her house in her basement, kind of thing.
Okay.
And I pretty much continued to socially smoke for most of my life up until college.
Yeah, now you heard all these stories, right?
I've heard most of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think
All
he
right,
ever asked me where the first time I was.
I don't know if I've ever heard.
You
the
didn't know
first-
she was
I did
behind
not
the
know about
dumpster
that.
at Burger
I did not
King.
know about
I'm the
I wasn't
dumpster
ready
behind
for
it. I said,
I
I'm
don't know if this is gonna work out.
Right. You didn't tell me you were behind the dumpster with the rats, baby.
with the rats.
With the rats.
Yep, I was hiding.
It has.
That's dope.
Oh,
That's
man.
dope. So so you were saying you stopped in college?
Yeah, because I went to
Okay.
nursing school, so
Oh, big
I would get randomly drug tested. So
That's always
Okay.
fun.
up until then, but pretty much all my life socially, not during the day, but in the evenings, on weekends, or something like that.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Socially, because they was in your basement kicking it any day.
I had parties every weekend for the most part.
My house was the party house. My guy today, he said, "Man, your house, man. We used to go over your house on Fridays. Your mom used to cook fish and spaghetti." She did. Moms used to cook fish and
Fish
spaghetti. I had
and
about
spaghetti.
12 guys over the house. We playing damn Monopoly. Yeah, it was fun. So,
Nice.
but we wasn't smoking weed though.
No?
They might have. A few of them might have. But I know I wasn't smoking weed, and a couple of guys, I didn't start smoking till later. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
Kids is all different. You ever get yourself in any trouble?
No. I mean,
Always kept it clear.
always
man.
kept it. Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, I have a story.
definitely many opportunities too, but
Right.
always.
All depends on how people's parents react to it too. I mean, my parents weren't cool with it at all. Like I had a lot of friends that was just like their parents had the mentality like if you're gonna smoke weed, you might as well do it here instead of somewhere stupid or something. Yeah.
And since I, didn't really start getting into it till college, I was kind of away, doing that.
Was there
so-
something that kind of like happened that triggered you to like want to get into the cannabis industry? Like, was there an event or something, or was it just that I didn't have the awakening that like the plant can really do so, as I like to call it, the Native American thing, where you use every part of the buffalo. I haven't really realized that about hemp until very recently from doing these interviews, meeting people like you and Mr. CBD, who he told us they're putting them in Chernobyl to like pull the radioactivity or whatever out of the
Remediate
ground.
the
Yeah,
I'm
seeds.
telling
Wait, wait,
you, it's the
so I'm
roots
just
to-
like really getting put onto this. Like, what really triggered off for you to be like, I need to hop into the hemp industry, so to speak?
Yeah, so it was. I was working at. It's actually TGI Fridays.
Oh,
back
99.
In '99.
okay.
fanciest bartenders out there.
And I was, just picking up some extra shifts. And I met my partner, who ended up to be my partner, and he had started a hemp clothing line in California, and
Okay.
and traveled around to a lot of the Grateful Dead shows and so forth. Sold his shorts, and he had relocated here and told me all about hemp and said, "You really got to read this book," and that's that Emperor Who Wears No Clothes by Jack Hare.
Jack Hare.
The
That's a
Godfather,
good-
of, the
yeah.
Godfather of
Some
hemp.
good
as
weed
they-
off named after him.
Hell yeah.
one of the best.
Jack Hare.
Drew over there just threw some Jack Hare.
What is it called again?
I did
The-
not.
The Emperor Who Wears No Clothes.
Nah.
It's very
2.0.
impactful. They call it the
Wasn't the first
Hemp
one you drew?
Bible, so
Oh, yeah,
it
the first one was
details
Jack Hare,
the
yeah.
history of hemp, particularly hemp.
bad.
Obviously, cannabis is,
You're right.
is affiliated with that. He talks about it a little bit, but he focuses more on all of the different uses, from what Henry Ford did back in the 20s with his hemp car and hemp biodiesel, and then the things and detailing why essentially hemp and cannabis were made illegal as part of the 1937 Marijuana Tax Stamp Act, which
Yeah.
essentially made the plant illegal to grow unless you had a tax stamp, which were impossible to get. So therefore, it just made it illegal.
That was my first fun fact post on Total Homegrown's Instagram page like 2 years ago, and it was just Google gave it to me. I'll be honest. I'll give it to Google. But yeah, I just learned about that tax stamp recently, like how crazy it was that you could trade like so openly back then. It's
It's
it's crazy the more you learn about it and the history of it, and it's it's nuts now to see like this crazy point where we're at, where all these states are starting to unload their laws and everyone's starting to get a lot looser. It's crazy to see the federal perspective of it, and it's just I can't get my mind past why it's like held up in litigation so much, like with the big dogs.
I mean, it's just like you said, man. I mean, we're going back to the clothing, puts clothes on people's back, stops you from taking opiates when you're hurting from football. As a young fella, you knew this growing up. You guys have gummies out here, biodegradable. It's you're putting it all together in '99. That's what I'm still tripping off of, because I'm still trying to find some good weed besides smoking shit with sticks and stems. You know? Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? And I know you, like, where did you, the science in this shit? Like, I mean, somebody just said, read this book, and you was like, damn, I'm smoking it. Now I done went to a whole different plane after reading that book. That really fucking triggered it?
Yeah, so
I need to read that goddamn book today.
You really do. It's mind-blowing, and it details all the articles. So, yeah, I read that book. I understood all the different uses. We were a little bit ahead of our time back then in '99, as you say. I mean, we're in a complete. That's 25 years ago. Yeah. So we are in a completely different time, completely different mindset.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Humanity
back then, they were literally, in some countries, you would get, if you had marijuana, you would have the death penalty. Yeah. You know, that's only 25 years ago, but it's 25 years ago.
God,
and no one knew what hemp was.
Get your ass whooped for weed.
Hey, I got in trouble for some weed right down the street from that Burger King. She smoked weed.
And shank you for some weed.
Exactly.
Shout out to Schaumburg Police. You're the best.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're, and fast forward here 25 years now, we have recreational cannabis in, something like 32 states or whatever it is now. Yeah. We're talking about rescheduling at the federal level, which has tons of ramifications. It's pretty much a done deal in terms of the public opinion, where we were 25 years ago, which it was almost flip-flopped in terms of the acceptance versus the
That's totally true.
The non-acceptance.
It's people accept me smoking weed everywhere pretty much, as long as it's not inside. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome nowadays. Everyone's got like that Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson ticket to just be like, you know what, just do your thing.
Yeah, just go ahead and smoke. Yeah. Kelly, you said you went to nursing school, and I mean, I know a lot of. I've been trying to get myself to. I've been talking to some guys, military guys, about how they feel about going to the VA and being prescribed drugs and stuff like that, instead of being told about cannabis, THC, CBD. You being a nurse, how does that fall into your from being told that you have here's the Tylenol, ibuprofen versus here I should maybe you should try THC. I mean, you already talked about it a little bit, Jared, but how does that go with your nursing medical side?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I've always been a person who, I don't know, I was always into fitness and nutrition and stuff like that. And so going through school, I would guess that I would... Actually, in my pharmacology classes, they did talk about 2 cannabis prescription pills. So it's so funny because they've caused so much issues for the whole industry. But I was learning about it. So I was going to school at a time they were talking about it. It was maybe a page or a chapter or or a piece of a chapter.
Like Black History.
Yeah, kind of. It's like, it's something that just, it was breezed over in such a manner. And I've always thought that you don't need a lot of drugs, as far as like, I was never really taking too many things other than vitamins. I did go through a period where I took way too many vitamins, I think. Okay. But no, I was always seeking some sort of information about dopamine receptors and how pharmacology works and serotonin receptors and just how all these things come into play. And I always thought that cannabis was so fascinating. And I always thought drugs in general were so fascinating. Psilocybin, just all of the different ones. I read a book in the recent term, How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan, and he does, really explore this from a cool manner, and I've always sort of been seeking more information about how things affect me. And so it was a natural fit for me to kind of progress from the nursing world. I don't think I would know as much or maybe I wouldn't have been as interested or understood as much if I didn't go through all that. And really, throughout my process of going through school, I always enjoyed cannabis growing up. So I always was so curious about how this worked for us. And actually, the endocannabinoid system was not something I learned about in school, so that was discovered after the fact.
Right.
And it's just so interesting because I would study green tea and how all of these nootropics and all of these cool new terms about all these things going on in fitness. There's all these keywords going on right now, and so it always fascinated me. And then come to find when I graduate from nursing school and I moved back home to Chicago, meeting this guy right over here, going back and forth to California. He didn't even mention this. I wanted to butt in a couple of times. But out in California, he was a partner in a cannabis company. And so he was going back and forth. And we talked more about this. But I got a job in the cannabis industry while I was waiting for my Illinois nursing endorsement. So this is actually the first thing I did post-college was I worked for a little while as a nurse, but
And that was in California or here in Illinois?
So I was in Florida. I did a college internship with Disney.
Okay.
And then I loved it there and said I'm gonna stay. So I lived there for 10 years.
Where at exactly? I got a brother in Lakeland. We're all over Florida.
Okay, yeah, I was Orlando for 4.5 years and then Tampa for 4.5 years.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So from high school to college to Tampa,
Yeah.
Florida, to meeting him in Cali,
Meeting him in Illinois.
But
he was going back and forth to California.
Okay.
He was living part-time in Chicago, part-time in California, to start up a cannabis company.
Okay.
It ties in the Raspbit business because he was there doing all their technology, website marketing, helping them get their start out there, and became a partner in the business.
Okay.
But it's just, I found this guy who happened to be in cannabis, and so I figured while I'm waiting for my endorsement, I might as well work at a cannabis clinic. And at that time, there was only one of them. It was called THC, or the Healing Clinic. Feliza was a very influential person at the time, and so she had 3 clinics, and I started just kind of helping out and then managing the 3 of them, and it just evolved, and I got to really see how all of the patients coming in for medical cards, because it was just medical at that time. This was 2018.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's
pretty recent.
Yeah, it's.
It was in 2018 where I had a vitamin addiction, where I was working in bars, like I was telling you, and I was just like, you know what, I can drink as much as I want as long as I just load myself with vitamins in the morning. I'm all good. Which actually, talking about that restaurant, these containers, it is insane, just the variety that they have. I just want to point out my favorite one, this cup. Look at this thing.
Yeah,
got the hemp straw, got a punch out right in the middle. Man, check this out. That's class right there.
This is their shit. This is their shit. This is what they come up with.
So what we are aiming to do is kind of fill a lot of these gaps in the supply chain, because we are we provide farmers on the upfront with the right genetics to be able to
Portillo's
to
cheeseburger
grow.
in this motherfucker.
There
man.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the
Portillo's, get
Portillo's.
with this shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with you, my bad.
I mean, yeah, sorry, you can continue, but one of the things,
I'm just
I just do want to
fascinated by
point
this
out
shit,
that
man.
people can't
this
really...
is hemp, yo. Rooted to the tutor.
Rooted to the tutor. But the big thing about these, just from a restaurant perspective and someone that's ran restaurants, the thickness of the material and how well that I already know just from feeling it will insulate the heat from that sandwich you're putting in there. You can really feel that in that product. not going to be able to tell through the camera, but like Tank signs off on it. That's some
It's gonna
solid
soak up
shit
some
right
grease,
there.
huh?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're not going to have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Durability.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, we just talking about your shit, man. It's
Yeah.
good stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
we believe in the hemp plant in general, and we not only, I mean, I think in the next coming years you're going to see a lot more traditional industries adopt hemp as a more than a viable alternative to a lot of traditional materials such as plastics, petrochemical plastics, paper for the replacing, the trees that we're chopping down with growing trees of hemp fiber.
Right.
And even some of the stuff like we're involved in a little bit out by us in the bedding for the animals like horses and chickens, and replacing hemp bedding instead of wood shavings, which so all of these different
That brand's called Silver Lining.
That's, man, you guys with the names. Look,
Well, we have the
you
Silver
guys just-
Spur, so
I
we
don't
have the
know-
Silver
I don't
Lining.
know how you
Do you guys
remember all
just
of
sesh
this
the
shit.
fuck out to come up
Right.
with these names?
Yes.
Like, it's gonna be awesome.
you know?
Great. I want to be there.
We
It's
gotta
part of the
name
fun.
this thing.
That's, I swear to God, like
Weed is definitely involved with the
I got traction with so many people like in this local kind of Illinois like industry and everything. Briggs being one of them, just from solely the name. Like, and it was just stupid stoned one day. I was like total homegrown. Then my partner Reese kind of threw together the THC and put a sprout out of the sea. I was like, damn, that's slick. Then Smoking with Savages just like popped on our lap, and the amount of traction we had just from a couple good names, like you guys are onto the same shit. Like I can feel it within you. It's awesome.
well,
I mean, well, that's what we're talking about is weed. So all
Hell
this shit
yeah.
is gonna be. I smell smoke is weed, and
Yeah.
But you guys got you. I mean, y'all
Silver
really got it,
lining
man.
with the Silver Spur,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah. We went out to the Silver
Silver
Spur,
Spur.
and you guys got a bunch of horses out there. Or what is that? A polo?
one of the-
arena in the back. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
dope.
Well, that property is really so we bought it, and there are some existing businesses like the existing horse sporting for the horse sporters.
Okay.
The bar, Silver Spur Saloon, that's been there for 12 years or so. But we didn't really buy it for those components, even though it's great. We love those
The
businesses.
stamped concrete
It's-
around the building, beautiful.
It's the east side of the property where we aim to put in the first Midwest hemp industrial park, where
right.
I mean these sustainable products. The thing about them is that with hemp fiber, you're at a magnitude of whatever it is, like 20 in terms of
Volume.
CBD hemp, which is much smaller. You're dealing with flowers. Fiber and grain hemp, you're dealing with bales and a lot of mass and a lot of storage of these types of products. So we aim to really solve that supply chain, because the farmers won't necessarily grow it if there's not a place to take it.
Okay.
And especially when you're dealing with truckloads that in some cases
Millions of pounds versus
versus
And so-
thousands.
So like these plants, then you're not flowering them necessarily then, or you are flowering them, taking the flowers separately. Then like I want to know, how do you process this whole thing down? I guess
That's
So-
what everyone. Hold on, let me. And he is absolutely right.
I'm
God
excited.
damn it.
You
Now,
guys
let me tell you
got me
something.
ready. Sorry.
Now he's been doing this from '99. I didn't ask him like 3 times. Like, what's the scientific method behind this shit? We really want to know, like, how are you breaking this plant down? Is it like he said? Are you plucking the fucking buds off and then say that's a good plant that we can make some shorts off of, or what's going on? Like, how do you create? How does hemp come from? And we are smoking. And
May I do the tutorial?
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we go. Do it for
the
us,
nurse
Kelly.
will
Alright.
Nurse
give you
Kelly,
the
let's go.
science.
So, with industrial hemp, it's not grown for the flower. Those are actually girls. You guys probably know, everyone talks about all these ladies or whatever. So, in industrial hemp, you're looking for a homogenized like group. So they call them Hermes or whatever. You want the seeds, and you want them to continue to pollinate one another, and you're actually going for the seeds. So there's for fiber, which is the stalk and stem, and then there's grain, which is what comes. Those are the seeds that you're picking out. You're like moving out seeds and stems. That's kind of that
That's the
means it's
grain.
pollinated. Yeah. So the seeds they have the oils in it that
Omega oils, yeah.
omega fatty
I just got
acids
one of those Mr.
and
CBD bottles of it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. He told me
Give it to you like I
Go to
got
the
it.
kids
the
and
grain has the
Stems, you know what I'm
protein,
saying?
so there's hemp protein. There's all kinds of nutrients in the plants, and that's another vertical we'll talk about in a little bit too. But the grain side and for fiber,
that's stock.
it's like a cousin. So
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it
we
all-
have the
it
they're
all
tall and skinny.
Right. It all starts with the genetics. So
Hold on, let's pause for 1 second.
So it all starts with the genetics, and the different genetics that you plant yield you a different crop. So what we have done as part of the Midwest Hemp Database Project, ever since 2019, we've submitted about 15 different strains of genetics through the program. We grow them as R&D plots on our property or on some of our farmers' properties. And then we determine what the makeup, whether it's on the CBD content, the fiber, if we're growing the fiber-specific genetics. They grow tall. So any fiber and grain genetics typically grow between 5 to 12 feet tall.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Whereas, your CBD genetics, like Kelly mentioned, those are typically want to keep all of those CBG genetics female, just the same way as you're growing THC. You don't want to have males in that mix, otherwise
Hermes.
it decreases your
Right.
decreases your potency of your product.
And then you
Okay.
get the seeds.
That happened my first time growing outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. It's and that's part of the issue of growing CBD outside now, because you're having more and more farmers that are growing the fiber varieties.
The
So
pollen's in the air.
yeah, it doesn't take much for
And cannabis plants
Does
too.
that I guess lower the grade of the hemp? So
Yeah.
if you were going to create clothing, that would be
Yeah, actually,
That-
different variety. So we don't.
Can I get a prop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
get a
you keep
prop.
going. You
Yeah.
keep going.
I was gonna say, you guys
Yeah,
are right
well-
at home. Whatever you need
see
to
your
do.
lighter over there, dog.
Yeah, so
and let me see that cannon over there that you put out.
Yeah, my bad. I had to put it down for a second so I could concentrate.
He had to back up. What did Snoop say? Back up off of it.
Back up off of it. So this is a fiber stock. This is a hemp fiber stock. This is a Futura 83 variety that we planted last year. And what you have here is, like I said, you can see that stalk on that is only about the size of my pinky.
Yeah.
So that's how we know that's a fiber variety, because with the CBD stalks, they're more like my wrist.
Okay.
Because that stalk is really just growing out. It's
Yeah.
growing just more like a bush than a
Because you're growing for the
tree.
flower, whereas this is for the other purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fiber out
Now,
of it.
how is that? How is that slowed down? How is that stopped? How is it the THC stopped from the CBD? How do you?
Well, it's
What is
just basically these genetics that we get are from Europe. So these genetics have been grown for thousands, hundreds of years, whatever.
Okay.
They never stopped growing in Ukraine and Poland and Romania and these different European, including China. So those France, all these different countries, these genetics are old and tried and tested, and they know for sure when they plant them that they're going to get this and very little to no CBD or THC, just because of it's the variety.
Okay. Right.
Now, what people are doing is they're taking a CBD variety, high CBD variety, and blending it in with something like this in hopes that someday that we get a tri-crop. So you plant and you get all three. So you get your fiber, the grain, and the CBD. And so you really can essentially monetize that crop 3 times.
Dang.
And what you have here in the fiber, this is a fiber stalk. So you have the inner woody core right here. This is called the hurd.
It's like bamboo.
Yeah, it's like bamboo. It's like hard wood. It's
Right.
real tough. And the inner woody core, the hurd, that's used in concrete, so like hempcrete, they blend it in with that. The hemp bedding I was mentioning before, bioplastics, they'll micronize this and turn it into dust and then put it into
Plastics like the straws
the
and
straws,
like the,
exactly,
the
the-
forks.
okay.
Straws in this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
And-
fucking strong. That's like
isn't
you
it?
could put. This is a good motherfucker.
Yeah, for
spitball,
spitball,
motherfucker.
right?
You can pop a
Dude,
motherfucker
we're bringing
across that
spitballs back.
goddamn
Just
neck.
wait.
Yeah, it ain't gonna. Look, that's a good spitball one. So I got. She gave me a pair of these old.
He talked about ganja wear
hemp ganja wear
a
that
couple
you had
times.
right here.
One
This
thing
is
I will
nice.
want to point out is right here in the
Oh, wow.
crotch section there, there's a place where you could put your weed in there.
Oh, I
The-
thought you
To
said
hide it in the crotch section.
Yeah,
in
if
the
you look,
in the crotch.
Oh yeah,
Look at
there's the
that.
secret
Yeah.
pocket.
that was our
That's
stash.
the weed pocket.
That's the
That
weed
was our
stash.
stash.
Or if
pocket.
you got big balls, you just drop.
You just
one.
Don't
drop it
touch
right
me
in
there, man.
Drop your balls right in the pocket.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh, these are nice,
Stash
man.
spot
What
right
size
under
are
the
these,
sack.
38s?
That's amazing.
Those are some big ones, yeah. Those
These
are the old
ganja
school
wear.
style. You know how you had your
like
big
Janko.
Those
Janko,
size.
your big skater.
I like
we
these. Man.
we sold those to like surf shops. Those are-
That looks kind of coming back right
And
now.
coming back
Not
in
gonna
the
lie,
hemp
I've been
wear,
seeing a
my
lot of
man.
people in the city kind of rocking
rocking
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah, man, those are nice.
So
man.
so ganja wear as a brand, is that something?
Was.
It was.
It was yeah. We, as I mentioned,
They might have been a little bit before their time.
right.
Yeah.
Right. You probably
It's,
can come
it's
back.
popping off
you
now.
can probably come back
in
out with 'em, and they were
1999, he's like,
man.
let's do it.
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna say, "I had them. Can you sign them?"
we got a lot of brands here that I need to.
Right. Oh yeah. Keep going.
Ganja wear. No, I'm just saying like the. Ganja wear was great at the time, and
Yeah.
It's a part of the story. It's
part
the
of the
journey.
Man, you guys been a part of. You've been a part of ganja for like you said, for 25 years, man. And it's
That's dedication.
and yeah, that is dedication. Now, we got people smoking weed at 9, and now they still smoking at 56 years old. But he took it, and he took it and twisted it and turned it and made it into his business, his life. Both of you have, which is super dope. You know what I'm saying?
Support dope people.
Support dope
Support
people.
dope-
You know what I'm
Support dope
saying? We
people.
say that
CBD.
they put that in our mouth, you know, with that support dope people, and you guys are definitely
some
dope. I mean,
You guys
got,
are dope too, man.
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you
so
guys
much for
for-
doing this for the industry as well. I mean, bringing out it's important to
Well, what's
Black tea.
talk
Black
about
tea.
all these things.
Man, no doubt, man. That's what this platform is for. When we talk about what we want to do in Illinois and how we want to bring things out and how we want to push the program, Illinois has something to say. You know what I'm saying? With y'all have something to say. You are in where? Pennsylvania, Maine, South Dakota, right now with your, with what is it?
Resin
With
consulting,
resin
yeah.
consulting. It doesn't stop, and it comes from here, Illinois. This is the base. This podcast is from Illinois, and we're pushing Illinois product, and we want
yeah.
everybody to see it. And we want everybody to know that we're not just going to stay in Illinois. Just like y'all, we want to go to other places and interview people.
Trying to outreach
California,
everywhere.
Michigan, St. Louis. I mean,
A
wherever
lot of my
they're-
influence came
Yeah.
from California. I mean, that was basically going out to Cali a few years ago and going to a few of their smoke sessions and stuff like that, where
Yep.
they got psilocybin being tossed around. You got people just pulling up like in ice cream trucks, and you just buy a ticket to walk in there, and people are just set up to vend. And after seeing that, I was like, man, this is totally going to be in Illinois like in no time. And now here we are, it's happening. And the one thing that I saw with all them is they had a really tight community where they came together and talked all the time,
Right.
but nobody broadcasted anything. And everything now is just everything's broadcasted. That's how we all connect. That's how we get our outreach. And that's why we decided, like, man, let's kick off a platform, find like-minded savages, and just kind of get their products out there.
Crafted
Man, you just
Delights,
keep pulling
man.
more products off
man,
this table.
I
You're
can't
blowing my
help it,
fucking
man.
mind. What is that?
Crafted
What is
Delights,
that?
man.
That's our.
And
This
look
is the
at these
edibles,
ingredients.
Man.
There's
Look at this shit, man.
Such
Like,
minimal ingredients on this.
when I
like,
say
that's insane.
young
On
entrepreneurs,
everything.
cannabis entrepreneurs from the high definition, that's what we smoking right here. This cannon right here.
Put me in the couch right now. I gotta sit up, try to wake
It's-
up a little bit. That thing's
You know,
smacking.
I mean, we could go on for hours and hours and talk about, the good you guys have brought to the Illinois cannabis community, man. I mean, I just think, and there's more to come. Y'all got major events coming up.
Yeah.
You got some 420 shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all into yoga and man. See, I was gonna, that would you could have started us off, Kelly, with a little meditation, a little something.
I like doing that. It's a new thing. I enjoy it. So the Token Tuesday thing has really grown and become something that I'm pretty proud of at this point. And I started off with doing a 3-minute like token of gratitude and meditation, and then we jump into the meeting, which is essentially like it's the only one that I know of in Illinois that's really like a consistent networking group for it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's other organizations. Other organizations have like networking like meetings.
Yeah. And it's
But this
so
is like a lead
focused on
group.
that too. It's just like everybody is there focused on how can we help each other with our brands and work together. Like I just went to my first one the other day and got to meet you guys, and it was totally above what I expected. I mean, I was sitting there like, man, I thought I was just coming here to smoke weed with some people and chill, and I was just like, this is crazy. And then shout out to our buddy, that HOB barbecue sauce, just meeting that guy there so randomly after this guy the day before dropped a video on it, like what you guys have put together, community to brand everything. I mean, it's inspiring to us. I mean,
Thanks,
we're excited to have you guys. This whole range of products. You're right. We could be here for the next like 2-3 days talking about
We
it.
have a lot of
You can find where you. I feel like a goddamn temptation smoking, and you can climb. It's a wonderful
I mean, man, what we haven't even found out what they smoke
with
yet.
this. You know what? We haven't found out what y'all smoking on, man. Like,
Yeah, we always
sativas,
like to figure it out.
indicas. What's going on?
I'm
What
a
are
big
y'all
fan of
into?
vapes. That's my
Vapes?
thing.
You're a vape fan?
Okay.
Oh man.
Just
Damn, I wish I had a
the
solid
good
one right
the
now.
good vapes, the live resins,
I'm a very
the
picky
terp,
person as well.
I'm
We were trying some for
Very-
our resin
very-
company, trying out some new carts. We're
flavors,
friends with the
Mm-hmm.
Bold guys and trying out a bunch of new flavors. We had like 14 different varieties of, because not every sour diesel is gonna taste the same. So
Right.
we've really taken a
on
lot
the
of time.
terpene side, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Andrew,
curating these different terpenes. We're big believers of the, at least on the
cannabis derived terps.
to find them for so long.
You guys are super hands-on with the taste and things like that of them.
Yeah, and
Right.
these are all cannabis derived terps and so natural flavoring.
This is a
Just
510 threaded.
510
actually
thread.
They're hemp derived.
Hemp derived terps.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But hemp is cannabis.
Yeah.
And cannabis is hemp.
But-
Just in different
It's all love.
yeah.
It's all
Love.
so
Different
simple. It's all
dosages.
wonderful. My man.
Yep.
Yeah. So that one was my
that
favorite.
Flavor.
I love that
called-
flavor.
Take
This
us
is
to
bold.
Flavor
What is
Town,
bold?
buddy.
No, that's just
He said
the
that.
Bold is our buddy that owns the devices, the batteries. They're out west. They are one of the top, cart manufacturers.
Yeah, they just make the batteries.
They make
Shout
the
out to
batteries.
Bold.
Yep.
Bold
Yep.
batteries.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find like a good terped cartridge with a 510 thread because we just got this fancy little toy. Have you ever seen Moonrock Matt with this?
No.
Moonrock Matt put us onto this O-Pen
Oh
sesh.
my gosh.
Well,
We had a great time
we,
with that. Shout out
we
to
can
my
wait
rock
till the
man.
little bit later end of the show if you guys want, but we could drop dabs in here, or you
Yeah.
can thread on a 510 cartridge. It just fills up like a shot glass,
That's
fire
awesome.
away.
How cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be
Yeah.
great for a consumption lounge.
Yeah. For you know what? That would be great for yoga.
Do,
With the
do you
whole
want to fire
little
that on
yoga,
here?
with the whole little yoga process.
Sure, if you want. Yeah,
Let me
go
show
ahead.
you. Yeah. I was gonna.
You'll
Usually I
have
like
them
to
out-
serve
you'll
up
have
a
the
dab,
little
but we
yoga
could
thing and
knock
have
this
that.
terpy guy
Come and
out.
hit this before
Yeah.
you go into your.
Yeah.
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
Man, you guys.
Big experience.
Yeah, you guys are doing a lot. Like, we talked about 420s coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got anything going out there in the Emerald Acres? Any in the
Yeah.
saloon? What's going on?
Yeah, we're really excited. Things have just kind of come together. I think the other night when you were there and we were all kind of jumping in to talk about it, that was a cool experience for me too. because we kind of decided the other day at Token Tuesday that we're all going to, instead of having our own individual parties, try to join forces and do something together. So super excited. I know that Split Society, who was on the show, I watched his episode the other
Shout
day.
out to Briggs.
Yeah, shout out to
Briggs and
Briggs
the
from
crew.
Split
We love those
Society. Charlie with Little Bean and a bunch of people have all kind of talked about doing something together. Obviously, Mark, Mr. CBD, he's my partner in the Token Tuesday whole thing. And
I call him
Shout out to Mr. CBD.
shout out to
Heck
Mr.
yeah.
CBD.
Moses, that's my guy.
Yeah,
And
and
Moses of marijuana.
Yeah, that's my guy.
if I named everyone in the group, we would be here all day. But maybe
Yeah.
at the end of your shows, you'll just have like a scrolling thing of all the Token Tuesday members. Look at how cool this thing is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so it's so smooth. Now
You
just
should
take a
try
sip
it.
out of that. Yeah. Smooth, right? Big time.
Wow.
Nice presentation to have at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
Like I said,
cool.
When I got turned on to this, do you want one? A little guy?
In a little bit,
All right.
because I don't know if I could conduct myself.
Yeah, definitely, man.
After that.
Those are great. Nice and smooth, man. What is this called again? The one?
Open?
It's
Yeah.
open. Yeah, we sipping the
Oh, no,
open.
what's the,
on
flavor
the
of the cart?
service.
Oh,
The
I
cart.
think it's a sour diesel.
Sour
sour
diesel.
diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel
Oh,
too.
that's right. The open does switch up from
The
wax
dabs
to the dabs to the cart.
Yeah.
Open.
So this is their sour diesel cart right here.
Yep, that's just a sample.
Yeah, those have great flavor, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's that hemp derived terp, that really.
I like how fast it fills up.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And you know what? It fills up just as good with the wax in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It does. But that's hitting, man. I just sat back.
That
It just
flavor
put me- it
is
just
so
put me
good.
down.
That flavor.
It did. It just put me down for
That
a second.
flavor is so nice.
So we got gummies up here. You got tinctures. Y'all
Yeah.
got a little bit of everything, man.
We got a
You
little bit of everything.
Again, man, you guys
We've,
are.
we've
you
got
are-
some amazing team members that have we've created over 50 different products on the cannabinoid side in our existence. So
And now we have
Yeah.
all these other products that are all in the industrial side.
and
So
we're
we
just
gotta-
real fortunate to be surrounded by really passionate, motivated team members and partners. And Mr. CBD, we've known him since the very beginning, and tried to always help scratch each other's back through some pretty turbulent times in this industry for sure. It's particularly in the hemp. Those who've stuck through in this hemp industry
Right.
has, we've kind of we think we see.
I like to think it forged gladiators.
You
Yeah.
reach your
That's my
hand down and
thought.
you help
Separates
somebody
the men
up.
from the boys.
You're always pulling somebody up in this. It seems like in the cannabis industry, you're always like, yeah, okay, here, turn around, boom. You like what they say, pay it forward.
Pay it
You
forward.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I mean,
Givers
we-
gain. They say that.
how many times have you passed somebody the joint that did not have any weed? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
All the time. That's why people love me. Shout out. When you see Tank in the streets, you know I got you, man. There's a lot of you
Tank got the
motherfuckers watching that are
gravy.
smoking just because Tank hooked you up. And you know what? I love doing it. You guys still give me shout outs. I'll keep throwing the fucking joints.
I hope y'all
Shit, I'm
smoke
actually
with us the
sparking
whole
another
time.
one.
Spark
Yeah, you
another
got to
one.
let us know
Yeah.
what you're smoking.
Yeah,
We
let
can't
us know what
forget.
you're smoking.
And you know what? We're just going to give a quick shout out to TH Grow, our Grow Journal app is now in app stores. And you can talk to Grace through that app as well. Grace is our AI Grow chatbot. We want to know from the viewers, what should we ask Grace to pop up on the next episode?
Anything.
We usually try to ask her in the middle of the episode. We're too stoned when we're trying to do that shit. We don't want to do it. We would rather want to ask you guys, what do you want us to ask Grace? Anything you want about growing, we'll pop it up on the next episode. And again, go download TH Grow, Android and Apple stores now.
And you can ask Grace yourself because you did go do that and you went ahead and grabbed the app and all that good stuff
Hell yeah.
like we would like you to. Please support DHG and the Savages. My
Right.
friend. Hey man, great show. Thanks again.
Thank you guys.
Really, you guys
That's
are
awesome.
education, knowledge. That's what we are looking for out of this show. That's what we are promoting. That's what the Savages want.
The biggest thing we're looking for.
We got to ask that question. You're right. I'm on the same page.
The biggest thing we're looking for,
Yeah.
and they're there.
Yeah.
We're looking for Savages, and we appreciate you guys coming out. Because you guys are definitely the Savages we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
99. Since 99, he was before his
99.
time. 99.
I was
before
born
his
in
time.
'89. I was
Yes,
10
sir.
years old. This guy was making
Come on,
moves
man.
already.
He was making moves.
Unbelievable.
I was with you in '99 though.
Yeah,
I was smoking,
going to
but
some shows. And
he was
Chili
putting it
Peppers.
together. He was putting it together in '99. So that's what makes him a savage. And just smoking behind a goddamn dumpster outside, motherfucking Wednesdays when you wasn't supposed to be doing that shit at Burger King, kicking it on why is a motherfucking yes.
Man, I paid for that Burger King and
you
get
was-
a remodel
look,
as much
look.
as I went to that fucking place.
That's what
I
makes
smoked
you a
weed behind
fucking
it now,
savage.
but I
You
think about
continued
it.
on and you became a fucking nurse and you looked at this shit as if, what can I do more in this shit? You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you a fucking savage. Y'all got all this shit. Y'all don't sleep. That's what makes you look at his eyes right here.
Never mind.
Y'all sleep a
Absolutely.
little bit and y'all get it in, man. And I thank you guys again for coming out.
Thank you guys.
Hell
Really
yeah.
appreciate
Yes, for having
us. And, we, looking forward to a great year and many years to come in the
Yeah.
cannabis and hemp industry.
I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to be rolling up to whatever we can. I mean, we're definitely going to be popping out, doing some live stream shit like that. We got a lot of stuff in the works right now. Shit,
Oh, yeah.
by the time this episode comes out, you're already going to be seeing us in live streams popping up. So,
Definitely.
guys, I'm Tank with Total Homegrown. Again, you're smoking with the Savages. D, do you smell that, bro?
I smell smoke. This your guy, Hemp D Lashure, and y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all again for coming out. Raspbit, resin, Kif Cure, whatever the fuck y'all got going on.
We're going to listen to
We
all
don't
of
like-
this.
we don't
We're
be
too
going
stoned to rattle off.
The
right
rooter
out
to the
there.
goddamn
The rooter
tutor.
to
That's
the
what I'm
tutor.
talking
They got it.
Thank y'all.
I like it. Thanks, guys.
Savages.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.
I feel so right. You know me, it's alright. Maybe over time I'll show you how to get high. I'll show you how to get high.
Smoking with the Savages, living lava cake, and how you coughing while you passing it. It's Tank D Lashure, bring yours and we matching it. It's ghost mints to have you on the moon, rocking with magic. In my society, we keep a split, I call it high society. I like variety, but this was that. I miss a match, total homegrown, come get a pack. Or get a hat with Mr. CBD, just kicking back. I realize that supporting dope people. This frost the watermelon is so lethal. Come get a whiff of what I'm puffing, make your nose wrinkle.